Approximately 39% of all of our patients had one of these next genomic sequencing tests. And by the data that I presented today, probably a third or a quarter of these patients are treated with biomarker genetic directed treatment. Therefore, it's a substantial number of patients considering that this is a new approach of precision medicine. So the data that we presented today was the data that we collected during 5 years, a total of 8,000 samples approximately, corresponding to 7,600 patients with advanced cancer, and has been tested with one of these molecular platforms of genomic platforms. We found that this personalized medicine program helps physicians to indicate or assign a particular treatment with targeted therapy. Therefore, we found that this is a very important results. We are seeing that all patients with this molecular targeted therapy responds better. And what's the most important is the personalized medicine program helps physicians to identify clinical trials. So this has been very well taken, our presentation this morning, because we are talking about hundreds and hundreds of patients. The majority of patients candidate for next genomic sequencing are patients with breast cancer, lung cancer, colorectal cancer, and non-primary cancer. In these patients, we found that the frequency of mutations, we found like a 28 to 30% actionable mutations. These actionable mutations can be treated very effective with targeted therapy. So this is a group of patients, perhaps the most common type of cancers, we are seeing that they are treated with targeted therapy. The limitations of precision medicine is, number one, the cost. The cost because not all patients has access to have participated in these studies. These next generation sequencing platforms are expensive. The second problem is to be with the targeted therapy. So the targeted therapy can be on clinical trials. That is the option, the first option. That's why we try to select always these patients and enroll in clinical trials. But sometimes the access of clinical trials we don't have available for all of these mutations. Therefore, we treat many times with off-label. So obtain the drug as an off-label use, also this is another second barrier that we found. The proportion of patients receiving treatment based on one of these next generation platforms in United States, I don't have the number. Perhaps it's very difficult to know. What we know is that large leader cancer institutions, most of the time are academic institutions, they have completely platforms, and sometimes they can offer these to selected patients to participate in these programs. But one of the important key points here is we are seeing the precision medicine a couple of years ago was only in the research pathways, and now we are seeing in the other side that is the clinical routinary utilization of precision medicine. So now the research and the clinical parts are more fluidic communication, and we are seeing more and more patients participate in trials. Patients are treated under biomarker guided treatment. So, and there are a lot of studies showing that with these populations are highly selected, the chance of response and progression-free survival increase, and this is the best approach for the patient.